I want to welcome you to this week's episode of Purpose and the Case for Support. Sounds like a Nancy Drew novel or Hardy Boys or even an episode of Law and Order, but this is a very serious issue because it's important that charities raise as much money as they possibly can. So I'm going to retitle this, How Purpose Helps You to Raise More Money If You Are a Charity or a Foundation. Now I want to talk about the Michael Garron Hospital, which is in the East End of Toronto. And it is a community hospital as opposed to a general hospital. And community hospitals have a more limited mandate than general hospitals do, but apparently nobody told Toronto East General because it became a classic story of the little train that could. I was talking to a friend at a party and she said, well, they don't create any innovations. And I said, well, actually, a much bigger hospital in Toronto gave them a pile of cash to develop a urology robot. And she said, well, it's not a teaching hospital. And I said, yeah, it has a relationship with a number of universities and hospitals, as well as for bench research, design features and funding I'll get into. But their purpose became creating a new standard. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, that's such a cliche. It's actually a figure of speech, and it's okay to use figures of speech for purpose because they have built-in meaning. And the thing is, a purpose has to be substantive. There's the substance for creating a new standard. So it's a substantive purpose in this context. Now, they used creating a new standard as the case for support. And they were talking to the Garron family, and the Garron family had offered to donate $250,000. Then we did the blueprint. Then they changed the case for support to be based on creating a new standard. And they went back to the Garron family and negotiated for a number of months, and they got them up to $50 million. And the hospital name changed from Toronto East General to the Michael Garron, who was their son, who died sadly I believe in the 70s when he was in his teens of cancer, and they were so appreciative that they ended up giving the hospital $50 million and changing the name. So, I said to you, this is about raising more money. Charities should raise as much money as they possibly can. So in order to do that, figure out what it is that makes you uniquely remarkable, because that's the definition of purpose, and preferably do it in 7 words or less, and you can build a very powerful case for support.